Once again, I welcome you to our podcast. It's me, Judith, and Peter, as we discuss about shaking marriage today. We are going to explore to understand why many families are falling apart or they are shaking. So many families are struggling, and we want to understand and to find out what are the reasons behind this. As we go on, may you be with us, listen, and you can send questions as we had promised before. Welcome.
Thank you. Families are shaking, and we know that this is a covenant that God gave us, that we remain in the family. It is only in the family that we grow together, and we are here to help one another. We are here to discuss the issues that help the family, and we know that when we discuss together, we will get the solutions, and we will always go back to the Bible where we want to find answers. As we begin today, this podcast, we just welcome our viewers to subscribe, to like, and to share this podcast with your friends so that they may also get to learn the things that we are teaching here together. Welcome again, and let's move together.
So, today we have questions also to discuss.
Okay.
Maybe I can ask you some questions as we move on.
Yes.
And talk about it. The first question I want to hear from you, maybe discussing about, is do people spend enough time preparing for marriage, or do they focus more on wedding? We have seen people prepare weddings. They put a lot of time, they put a lot of money. Is it right for them to invest much on weddings or to prepare, maybe looking at the qualities and characters of a person, the partner that getting into marriage with?
Yeah, it's a good question, and there are people who are event-oriented. They like events so much, and marriage is an event. It's an event, but don't focus much on the event and you forget the covenant. Because the covenant, it will last. The event will be of one day. The event for marriage is just, the wedding day is one. But you see, people might take a lot of time to prepare for a wedding and not prepare for themselves to stay together as husband and wife. So that's why when people, after the wedding, things come up. And you see them now start to cry. They see now regrets begin because they did not spend more time on the part of knowing one another. But they spend more time on raising money or on looking for places where they will go for a honeymoon, the friends who will attend the event, the one-day event is important. But the most important thing that we have to do before marriage is to get to know your partner beyond the person that you see. Because in that person you see, there is another inner person that you need to discover before you say, yes, I do. That is what I can advise as we go along in this podcast, that spend more time with your partner or with your couple. Even in marriage, people need to spend more time. You know, immediately after marriage, there are those who are in employment, those who have careers, those who have businesses. Immediately after the marriage, they go back to their businesses. They go back to their careers. They go back to their daily routine work. And they forget that there has to be a time whereby you have to come together. And these books of ours, this book that I have written, it gives a lot of information concerning before you say I do, and understanding of this marriage, understanding one another, understanding your mate or your husband or your wife or your fiancé before you say I do. So there is all these kind of things that you have to know. You have to know the person that you are coming together with. That's the question.
So you mean maybe lack of that quality time with your partner before marriage, before saying I do,
Yes.
it might affect your future,
Yes.
because you have not understood one another, you don't know each other, you have not set goals together, those expectations.
Yes.
Maybe you have not gone through, you are focused on wedding more than understanding marriage itself.
Yeah.
It might affect.
It will affect the quality of your relationship, because time, the more time you give to something, the more it will come out well, because you have concentrated. People don't have much to concentrate on. They don't have time to concentrate on marriage, on relationship, but they have time for other things. So this is important. This is a lifetime. This is something that you are going to live. If God gives you grace, you might live 50, 60 years together. But some things like jobs, like careers, you may take only 30 or 20 years or 25 years, and then you are out. So once you are out, where are you going? You are going to spend the entire life with the person that you don't know. And that person that you have not taken time to discover him well or how well is going to be there for a longer time than the things that you have been running for. So the quality of time, whatever the job you are doing, we're not saying that people should not work. They should work. But as they work, they should also find time to nurture their relationship, to have time with their wife and husband, to have time with their fiancé, and to get to learn. Just learn one another, understand the person, understand the likes and the dislikes, understand the way they react when there is a conflict, understand them when they are visitors at home, understand them when there is the other person, how they behave, understand when there is an emotional thing, understand them in the spiritual way, understand them in the way they react, they see things, go together with the public place, understand them how they behave in the public place, understand them how they behave with their relatives. Those are the things that you have to understand and learn if you are going to cope with or not. Yeah, those are the things.
It seems there is much more than wedding.
Yes.
Before that wedding.
Yeah.
It matters a lot. Now, what are the most important things, maybe those who are looking for partners, or those who are now in relationship, what are they supposed to look at?
Or those who are engaged? Or
yes.
They are engaged.
Those who are looking for partners, and those who are already engaged.
Yeah, those who are looking for partners, one thing, if they are people who believe, if they are believers, then they should also engage in the spiritual direction, that they have to pray God to lead them to the right person. For me, as I was a spiritual person, when I was looking, I engaged my spiritual guidance so that the Holy Spirit guided me to you, and that's first thing. Then those people who are not in the spiritual world, they can also depend on their peers, on the place they work. There are people there where they go. They will meet with people, and they will just act on their instinct. They look at the person and say they will be drawn to attraction or to cohabitation. They stay together for some time. But now what you look into before you get married is that there are so many things that you need to consider. And this one, it's now you are going to go to look at the background of this individual that I want to live with, the cultural background of your spouse who to become. You are going to look at the educational background. You are going to look at the relational background. As this person has ever been in a relation before. If people have been in a relationship, we are not saying that they should get married. They should, but they should first of all forgive themselves, right? So before you get married, you have to look at so many things in your spouse or in your fiancé who is becoming your wife or husband. There are a number of things that you are going to look at, as I've said. So when you look at those things and you say, I'm satisfied, or God has directed me to this person, then that person also is looking at that you also, And we also look at the emotional part of it, and how these people behave, how they act, how they react. You know, there are people, they react differently. We are people, we react differently. And your reaction, am I going to be able to carry it along my life, or it will not be for me to go ahead?
Yeah, I want you talk about the maturity also. Maturity matters a lot also in relationship. When you are intending to get married to somebody, you need to look at the age.
Yes.
Does it matter too much, or it's just
Age? Yes, age matters. You know, culture, everything, there is maturity. There is maturity in everything. There is the cow is born and the cow grows to maturity. Human beings are born. We have children, we have teenagers, and then we have adults. So in marriage, we only allow, or as people who are in go, we allow that people who are mature, adults. So marriage is for adults, people who are mature, who understand why they are getting into this particular.
But there is that age difference. That is matter too much, or
age difference.
yes, because you might find some people, they get engaged to people who are younger than them. You see that space.
Yeah, the
and
space.
You find these people, they are different. Like if you have 20 years difference,
yeah,
it might bring some misunderstanding there.
According to to our experience now, according to where I am now, I can say without contradiction that the age difference matters. It matters a lot. It matters a lot because as we grow old, we tend to take different levels in our life. So because in 30s, you are struggling with the different issues. When you reach 40s, you are now on development issues. When you are in 50s, you are on the stabilization. When you are in 60s, you are now descending, right? And when you are descending, if you are not good, you are going to marry somebody who is in 30. Now that person, he or she is on that level of trying to build a career or coming up with something. But you are descending, you will always be in a conflict. And also, if you are marrying somebody who is at the age different of 20 years, 15 years difference, it's sometimes it's going to be like you children now.
Yeah.
When
Children,
when you get children, let's say I'm 50 and I'm marrying someone who is 25, and then we get our firstborn. I'm 56, and then she's 26, and then I get a firstborn. When this firstborn comes to go to school, I will be 60, and she will be 30. You see, the age difference is going to play a critical issue here. So you have to look at age different. Age different of 10 years, it's okay, but
beyond
there, it is a disaster. you might end up into.
Our viewers should look at that.
They should be considering age difference. Maybe if you want, there is this one that just people want to take care of one another, right? Like you find an old man of 60 marrying a 20-year-old or 30-year-old. In the mutual understanding, they just want to take care of that man or that lady. Like the lady who is 70 takes a young man of 30 years. They are there.
Culturally is abnormal.
Culturally is abnormal, but now in the new world order, the young men are looking for older women, and the young women are looking for older men. But this is not marriage. That's dysfunctional families.
So about mental wellness, I think couples also before they get married, in relationship, you need to be so transparent. Transparency means a lot in a relationship. If somebody is not mentally well, or even physically, or even biologically, you need to be transparent to the other person.
Yes.
So that if you are epileptic, let's say you have a condition that is maybe is not, you cannot spread it, you cannot tell everybody, but
Yes.
you can disclose to your person, your partner, the person you're intending to marry, because after some time reality will come out.
Yes.
And this person will find the truth. Let's say somebody is sick and that person is not disclosing to the partner. How will the reaction be after? Maybe after marriage.
Yeah, it will be catastrophic. I think in my book I have explained, there is a chapter on health consideration, and on the health consideration I have clearly put it in place that viewers remember that when we are not saying that when you are sick or when you have a condition you should not get married. You have to be transparent.
Yeah.
Tell your partner your condition. Don't conceal it until you are there is when you reveal it. It will not be good, but just be open enough. So the people have conditions. People are sick. Mental illness is there. People are mentally ill. And in this book also there are those who are those who are married, but now through the pressure of life and the way they deal with things, sometimes it gets to the man or the woman, then they are disturbed in the mental, or they lose something, the job, you lose your job, then you are mentally disturbed, and then you are all this mental illness is disturbing so many families.
Yeah, and the other thing also that is affecting families is the background, as we have said.
Yes.
Where we have grown up from. You see, when you are growing up, there is a lot of influence from the environment that you are growing up in. And many people don't understand that they were affected, even the way we resolve the conflict. Maybe you found that in your family background, that your parents have been maybe resolving a problem through maybe fight, maybe yelling, maybe running away, and you picked it away. You picked it and you carried it, and you might transfer it to your marriage.
Yes.
And you will find it as if it is so healthy to you. You don't feel it is bad. You don't feel it. But because you have seen it when you are growing up,
Yeah.
you transfer it.
It
It is generational. You carry it to your newly married family, and it will affect. And we have seen so many families that are struggling with this, where you find after a small conflict, the lady runs away.
Eruptions. You erupt.
Or even she runs back home. And she stays there for a while and comes back.
Yeah.
Which is not healthy, because you are still, as you grow up in that marriage, your children also will inherit the same thing.
Yes.
So that situation that we find is the one now we advise people, those who are getting married, whether they can accept to see a profession. When you find somebody doesn't know how to solve a conflict, you don't carry that problem with that person in your home. May you sit down and understand this person. How do you find it when there is a conflict?
Yes.
How do we resolve it? When you see that person doesn't know, encourage the other person now to visit a profession. There are professions out there. There
Yes.
are people who can help you to overcome that, so that you can see clearly how the solution should be found.
Yes.
Not by beating the other person, or even running away, or even not doing, or even not talking.
Yes.
So there is a way you can resolve a conflict. When you understand now, before marriage, Those are the things now you learn from one another.
Yeah.
Where do you come from? How are your parents? How are they solving a problem? So you will know each other. If you find this person also is coming from a dysfunctional family, because this is what we are finding in the field these days.
Yes.
Where young men and young women tell you that, I did not think this person is like this. I just found it.
They did not
I
do
did not
the
understand.
background
I
check.
did not,
Yeah.
because you did not understand that
Yes.
the background where that person comes from. So if you understand, you'll be able to handle this person, or even to take a journey with this person, so that he
Yes.
can be transformed if you really want to go ahead with that person.
Yes.
Yeah.
So viewers, as you've heard, if there is something that you want us to discuss, or there is a problem in your marriage or in your relationship that you want someone to help you, we are here. We are here. You need just to write down there, and follow us in the link there, write your question, or follow us. And we also have books. This book is here, the 13 Pillars of Marriage, that we are discussing from this book. And as we discuss, we know that you can get this book at 1,500 Kenya shilling, 1,500 Kenya shilling. And we also have the when one becomes fourth. You may wonder, what does the book also all about, when one becomes fourth? This is for single parenting. We're living in a world where reality is with us. There are single fathers out there who are raising children by themselves. There are single mothers raising their children by themselves. I have put together materials to help you also to navigate this life. And here is also the book that is so well organized for you. It is also costing only 1,500 Kenya shillings. You can order it, or you can go to our website at petermilimo.org. Then you will find the book there. You can purchase from online, or you can order from us just right down there. And then the book will reach to you as soon as you order it, so that you can have the tools to navigate this life of marriage, the partnership, the covenant, as we are discussing today. So she has discussed about the background issues, and you know that this is something that we have to. If we want to be godly, God is the one who established marriage, right? And he put us here so that we can multiply. It is only in marriage that we multiply. Mm-hmm. And you have to understand it. In the Garden of Eden, you remember the Garden of Eden? So they Adam and Eve had not understood the devil. And when the devil came and just told her the thing that God had forbid, they did. How about today now, if people are not following God's order? Then they will listen to the enemy, because the enemy also has a mouth to speak, and he can speak so many things to the couples. He may not speak to an individual who is walking along the way, because God wants godly children, as we said. God wants godly families, and the devil will subvert the will of God. And the way the devil can only subvert the will of God is through marriage. Because once he gets into a marriage and destroys that marriage, he wins. Once he gets into that marriage, and that marriage produces evil children, he wins. Once he gets into the marriage and the married people start fighting, the devil wins. Once he gets into the marriage and the people stay away from God, the devil wins. But when as we are here, as we are discussing, we know that when we discuss this one and we bring people to God to understand the purpose of marriage the way God wanted it to be, God wins. And when we produce children that are godly, God wins. When we produce a generation that is going to help other people to come to the light and to see what God wanted us to do, God wins. So we are here, viewers, to win for God. We are here to direct people to the right place of marriage. So that's what...
So there is a system of God
of
marriage.
Yes.
As you have talked about Adam and Eve, I say, was Adam and Eve. It was not Adam and Adam.
Yes.
It was not Eve and Eve.
Yes.
So there is a corruption that is coming to men at this time. where people are now looking at things differently, the way it is written. That's why we have the Bible here. The Word of God speaks clearly about the systems of God, how God sees a family. We see God himself save Noah and the family. We see Jesus being born in a family. It's not the way people are putting it today that you should not talk about man and woman. It's not a. It's now becoming as if it's illegal.
It's an attack. It's
and that's an attack in the family, because in the book of Malachi, God himself is instructing that what he is looking for in a family, it is godly children. So when two come together, the children they produce, they are children that God wants. Those are the fruits God is looking for.
Yes.
But when men now put things that they want themselves, that is pleasing them, they destroy the system of God.
Yeah, I think this is a spiritual formation. It is a spiritual foundation. God said it and let it be. It is written because it is a foundational of godliness. So when people change, they are not them changing. There is a force behind every attack on marriage. So if you see, God said, and then somebody comes and says, this is not what it is going back to the Garden of Eden. If God said one thing, what God said in the Garden of Eden, he said, it is not good for a man to be alone. So whether you are men, a group of men living together as men, and you are in a house and you say you are married but you are men, it is not good for you.
You will not increase.
You will never increase. Once you die, it ends there. So God said it's not good for a man to be alone. It doesn't matter how many men you are living together. It is not good, and it will never be good. So this thing of men coming together and say they are a couple, it is false. And it is satanic. They should know that. They go to the Bible. If they don't know what the Bible say, let them go to Genesis. And God said, it is not good. He saw it was not good for a man to be alone. That stands. That's why when we are saying, when you are getting married, marriage is between a man and a woman. Not a man and a man or a woman and a woman. That's not marriage. That is a perversion. You have perverted the will of God. And the will of God is that in marriage you multiply. If you put 100 women in a place without a man for 100 years, they will die and there will be no generation. You put 100 men somewhere in 100 years, there will be nobody. They will have gone. But put one man and one woman in a place for 100 years, there will be so many generations. That is God's will that we are talking about now.
That one reminds me of Noah.
Yes.
Noah was just a couple, and here we are because of Noah.
Yes.
Yeah, he just filled the world just through one family.
He remained in the covenant.
Yes. So God intended man and woman. But where is this perversion coming from? I've seen you have addressed it in that book that you have written, where one becomes two.
Where one becomes both. But this one is not in that direction, because there are fathers who have lost their wives, or there are wives who have lost their husbands. They are dead. There are those who have found themselves in a situation that you cannot even understand. When they tell you, you will know. But for those whose husband have died, they are free to get married. Everybody is free to get married.
So the problem that is coming up is parental separation.
Yes.
Where when parents separate through death, or just natural things, maybe intentionally.
Yes.
One parent is left to take care of children alone. And these children will lose balance. Because God intended the two to remain so that they can take care of their children. And when they are growing up, they'll know the purpose of the father, the purpose of the mother.
Yes.
So it brings balance to a child who is growing up. So when a child is left alone with the mother and this child is a boy. This child doesn't know the masculine, and this person might intend to emulate that character of a mother.
Yes.
And you find now they drift away, or the mother is dead, or they are divorced, and this child is growing up with the father only, who is a daughter maybe, or whoever, and this child loses balance. And we are facing a challenge where people don't understand parental separation. It has much impact on children who are growing up, especially mentally. Children are being affected.
So in the book, when one became both, I have addressed that. I have addressed it so that when you found yourself in a situation like that, there are support systems whereby you can take your children. If you are a mother raising your children alone, you have relatives. You can take your children to your relatives so that they can learn. You can take them to church where there are men there. There are support system that you can read them there. If you are wise enough, you take this book. It is good. It offers the answers for godly woman who is alone. There were women who are lonely, and they raised their children in the Bible. And they raised them well because they understood God. And if you understand God, you will take them to where it is necessary. But if you are going to say, with myself and my children, as she has said, it will cause them a problem. We will discuss it as we go along. We will discuss those things.
The parents who have separated, maybe they need to join a church.
Yes.
They need to join a group, a community thing, so that they learn also. They should not be lonely. So coming back to our point, to our discussion, are people sometimes pressured into marriage by friends, families, or society?
Yes. People are being pressured. Take your time. Don't go with what people say. You are late. You are late for what? You are late for marriage. Take your time. Learn and understand. People have goals. There are those who have said, I first of all, I have to finish education. I have to get a job. I have to do A, B, C, D before I get into marriage. But others are being pressured by their family members. They say, you are delaying, so get married. And now you are not marrying because you are ready. You are marrying because of pressure. And when you marry because of your peer pressure or your friends or from parents, it may not be good in the future.
What about in marriage now?
Mm-hmm.
When they are married,
mm-hmm.
there are pressures that bring this shaking.
Or shaking.
We are talking about shaking marriage.
Or when people are in marriage,
yeah.
and now they are working with a peers that
that is drifting them
that
out.
is drifting them away. Influencing them to walk away from family. That's there.
And to weaken even the bonds.
Yes.
The marriage.
Yes. That's why we say when you are married, your support system or your peer pressure should be also aligned with your values in marriage. You should work with the people that have the same values with you. Birds of the same feathers. Yes, they fly together. So when you can't be married and you are flying together with the unmarried or with the people. You can also hang together with married people whose character are questionable. Mm-hmm. So you have to know the people that you are going to work together. In married people should think this way. Mentor. Who is your mentor? When you look at somebody, the person you want to see that my marriage should be like of so and so. So you have to have a mentor. A mentor so that you can follow that mentor. And then the mentor will always help you. And even you can approach them and be friends. Like we have friends who are strong in families.
So also,
values, yes.
There are families that influence these young families.
Yes.
The background.
Yes.
Till they shake it. You find like mother-in-law, father-in-law, sisters-in-law, brothers-in-law, they tear that family down.
Yes.
By influencing. Maybe they want a lot from them. They come, all of them, and crowd in that house, and these people are not able to board because there are a lot of intruders in the house or in their families who are giving advices. I've seen so many families break down because of the in-laws.
Yes.
You find mother-in-law has a lot of power in that house, that she's the one to speak. She's the one to authorize whatever is being bought, whatever is being built. You find out that marriage is as if it's being held in somebody's hands.
We also have sons and a daughter here, and when they get married, we give them their own space. Parents should understand that there is living and cleaving and uniting. So there is living, they have left you, they have gone and they have cleaved and they have united to their partners. So the Bible tells us that let no one separate. What the God joins together, let no one separate. But it is surprising that the fathers and the mother-in-laws are the ones who separate their children from getting married. The family should understand that when they leave, they are cleaving and they are united, and no one should put asunder. What we should do as parents, guide them. Just guide them and direct them to the right way. Don't interfere. Don't interfere with their finances, or don't interfere with their decisions. Let them make wrong decisions. Let them fail. Don't overprotect them. Let them go and fail and learn whatever they decide to do. Let them do it.
Yeah, I've seen some in-laws influence so much that they even tell their son that this is not the person who is fit for you. That time they have even children. And at the end they separate. Yeah,
this is what happens now. Their children were not praying. You know, when you prayed God to give you a husband, He might give you. You remember the story of Hosea and Gomer. Do you look at that relationship between Hosea and Gomer in the book of Hosea? And Hosea said, "This woman I don't want," and then Hosea puts Gomer away, and then God sends Hosea, "Go and pick your prostitute wife back home." So there are things God will give you someone to disturb you, to cause you pain, so that you understand yourself. So the mother who says, "This is not fit for you," who is perfect now? People are there to learn one another. Read the story. You know, mothers-in-laws who disturb their family and say this is not good, this is not good, they haven't read the Bible. There were no perfect people, and there are not perfect people, but this is why we are here. This is why we write books like this. So if people are struggling, get the book and read. And once you read, you will know that no perfect people. It is just to understand one another and move as God wants us to move. It is about fulfilling what God wanted us to fulfill by living together, cleaving. Whether you are, whatever you are, I will cleave to you and I will unite.
So the role of parents, maybe in that marriage, is to guide and to pray for them.
Yes.
Let them now take over. Let them rule the world. Let them explore. Let them do as you did also.
Yes.
Because if you pray for them, they'll be able to overcome as you are.
They will overcome. Yeah.
So that one, in-laws should be kept aside. They should be consulted, not to rule over.
And not to rule over
that family.
So in-laws should be like, we need just to pray for our children.
Yeah.
We need to pray for their homes and ask God to protect them, and we also instruct them whenever they have a problem, we tell them, go pray. Go pray about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So as we come to the end, maybe we'll just look at one question, then we'll go to the conclusion maybe.
Yes.
What is one lesson every unmarried person should learn before getting married?
Understanding. Understand one another. Pray God to guide you. This is a new life with a new person. Understand the person. You may not understand him or her 100%, but at least understand. Understand what is marriage and understand the person. So that is that one. It will prevent the shock of marriage. It is shocks there. There are shock there. You will say, I didn't know. People say, you see, when they are divorcing or when they are coming to the end of marriage, they say, I didn't know. They will never tell you anything else. They will just say, I didn't know. So get to know basic things, a little bit in marriage, about marriage itself and about the person that you want to get to marry to. Get to know things. Get to know the cultural background. Don't reach there and then say, I didn't know. Get to know. That's one thing that every couple should know, so that you don't regret. Regrets comes before a fall, and then you say, I didn't know. So get to know.
Yeah, I think I understand, because you said the other time that before getting married, may you be prepared.
Yes.
Seek to understand.
Seek to understand.
Just the way you get to the career. No one who becomes a doctor by going to a class of communication.
Yes.
You have to go to the medical class so that you become one. So being in marriage also, we need to get through a class. We need to understand. We need to seek advice. We need to read books.
Yes.
We need to give ourselves that intentionally we want to understand.
Yes.
So that we don't fail at the end. Because this institution has no reverse gear. Obviously, you regret. When you get out of it, you will regret. You'll never forget. You will just be seeing how you failed. But when you fail, also you can begin again.
Yes.
There is no one who is punished for failing. You learn, but may you not learn through experience. May you learn before. Seek to understand. Now, maybe you can give the closing remarks on...
Yeah. So, viewers and the listeners, we have a tool here, the 13 Pillars of Marriage. Here it is, written by Peter Milimo. And I have the co-host of this podcast is my wife, Judith. We love you so much, and we will want to walk with you in this journey. We thank God He has given us this experience in marriage, and we just want to share the insights of God with you. And wherever you have, if you have something that you want us to discuss, please let us know, and we will discuss. You can reach us by writing to us and by calling us. We are available. And if you also want us to come to your group or to your church, we are ready to come. And we will come and we will share the things that you want us to share together. We know about marriage, and we know that it is not an easy thing. We have to learn and to forgive one another as we walk this journey of God and fulfilling the covenant that God gave us to fulfill. Thank you very much for watching. Stay tuned for the next podcast as we come. Thank you very much for watching.
Thank you.
Thank you.